So we're chatting with Kathy here. And Kathy, tell me about how you found positive reinforcement. What was the catalyst for getting to reinforcement, and what have you done with it? What is it? How's it changed for you?
Well, I found out about it because of Jessie, because I've known her since she was a itty bitty girl, and found
I'm
out
sorry.
she actually helped teach my daughter.
Very funny.
Oh,
So, and I've always admired her, and just because she found it useful for her mare that she talks about, that was a show horse that had a lot of problems, I thought it would help my horse Gigi, who had a lot of problems and was a show horse.
what did Gigi do that was troubling, or some of the things?
She would overreact to lots of situations in a dangerous manner. She would run us over, run through doors, to run away, to get away, whatever she was trying to do. She was food aggressive, run you down to get her food, kick to get her food. She also hated being groomed, which I think had part to do with her being a show horse. Pin her ears, put her rear end towards you to try to kick you away, and just hated it. She'd bite at wood, and she was miserable being groomed. She hated it.
And how long have you been doing positive reinforcement with her?
I would say it's been October, so what's that, 9 months maybe? About
Yeah.
9 months. But really not, my first clinic was in November, so that's really,
Your start.
really, if you want to say, I probably started
Okay.
like mid-November.
Yeah.
And then the thing that's helped me the most is your videos and your instruction online that shows actual situations, because then you can use them to adjust to your situation.
Right.
And I'm definitely more of a visual learner, hands-on learner, so I love the videos of seeing things like that.
Is that through Patreon or another?
Patreon.
Okay. I wasn't sure if...
That's all I
Yeah.
get. And I think what is, I love, you're kind of like the perfect example of what I like to see, because it's somebody who recognizes that you have a troubled situation. You have a horse who is, and let's be honest, it's all out of fear. You know, this
Right.
is man-made
100%.
troubles
Sure.
that she came with, and so trying to then help unpack it and using more of the same of what got her there, which is, you know, the traditional pressure release type stuff, is probably only going to manifest more of the same.
Right.
You know, because
Right.
I'm sure you're not the first one to try. But what I really like about it is you recognize there was a challenge that you really wanted to help her get in a better place, and then you took it and adapted it and did it.
Right.
And resulted in different things that you worked on. So how do you feel like it has changed her? What is a Gigi? And I know she's a work in progress,
Yeah.
because they always are.
Well, I think I first have to say, though, it's changed me.
Okay.
That's
I
the
love
biggest
that.
thing.
Mhm.
It really has, because I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and we all know how you trained horses back then. I can remember going to clinics riding my stubborn little Palomino horse and trying to get her to canter, and the trainer would be just like, keep hitting her, keep hitting her, keep
Yeah.
hitting her, keep hitting her, and she would buck, and then canter.
Yeah.
So it definitely had to work on my neural pathway as well to make that adjustment. But Gigi, in a way, forced me to make that change, because that method did not work with her.
Yeah.
She'd either completely shut down or get aggressive.
Yeah.
So it's changed our lives. I mean, that sounds dramatic, but it's changed our lives, her life and my life with her. That she no longer tries to run me over when I go in her stall. She doesn't run me over for food. She still gets startled easily, I guess you would say it, but she doesn't react like you saw her when we were down there by that building and stuff. She was startled and she was ready to react. Normally she would have run us all over to get out of the way.
Yeah.
And she didn't. You know, she kind of stayed with us and followed us and didn't panic anymore.
Yeah.
And she enjoys being groomed most of the time now. I'm able to actually groom her at liberty. She'll follow me to the grooming mat, stand there while I brush her, just so I don't brush her belly too hard. She's okay
I recognize and respect their little pieces there. So how is she at feeding time?
So quiet, so good. She will go into her target in her stall and stand there with the door wide open while I'm standing there with her food. Just stand at her target until I bring her food in. Even when we're mixing the grain, she's right next to the feed room. She used to kick and carry on and lunge over the stall at us. Now she just stands there and watches as we waits, and then when she sees we're walking towards her door, she'll pick her, actually, like a friendly,
As opposed to an anxious.
yeah, friendly, like, oh, I'm so excited I'm getting my food, but she's quiet about it, and then she'll target, wait till I put the food in, she'll just eat quietly.
And she would she just be striking or
You name it, she
she
would
just
do
anything?
anything.
Just
Lunging, pinning your ears, gnashing your teeth,
Yeah.
hitting the wall, running you over, she would have done any of those things.
And what I think is really good for people to remember is that that all comes out of fear. You
Mhm.
know, really, that's where, she learned it's either me or you, me going hungry, me not getting what I need, or me getting afraid or frightened, and then reacting. She pushed to the point where
Yeah.
it becomes proactive.
Yeah.
But I love that you, one, took her on, two, you didn't give up,
Gave up. I did.
Yeah.
Almost give up a couple times. I'm not gonna lie.
and now look where it is.
Yeah.
And she's really sweet.
She is.
She's
She
really is a sweet little gal.
Mhm.
And I know that there's still triggers in there that it is a work in progress, and you never know what may trigger one day out of the blue, and you're
Right.
like, who knew the butterfly flying by?
Right.
Whatever it is. But you have tools now to change it, and you have done a fabulous job.
Well, thank you. And like I said, thank you though for bringing this to people, because it can make a difference.
It really can.
It really can make a difference.
And I always tell people, I didn't make this up. This is out there. This is how they learn. This is already going on. But the more we're aware of it, the better we can be at helping to figure out how
I
can we get
forget
them to
which
the other
sea
side.
creature you talk about. That is it, a walrus or sea lion, that you can't make them do anything.
None of them.
And Gigi is really kind of like one of those sea creatures. You
Yeah.
can't make her
Yeah.
do anything. She'll shut down or become aggressive.
Yeah,
Where this way now she wants to do it.
Yeah.
And she's happy to do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And to see her, watching her, and her just being so well adjusted, just overall, you can just see a horse has curiosity and can look at things and not think it's all a
Right.
big threat to me.
Yeah.
So well done to you, and thank
Thank
you for
you.
sharing your story.
Yeah, thank you.